had a back problem at the time, but the back problem is on and off. You know, like I have it and then it's gone and then I get it again and then it's gone for several months. So I never researched the Pilates thing. I never like dove into it. And sure enough, I ended up in the emergency room of the hospital. And it was probably, and I had 2 kids, it was the worst pain, worst experience of my entire life, I can tell you that. And really, in the emergency room, they can't do much for you when you're in that kind of pain. So it was just a really bad experience. After I had gotten back out, I did look up the Pilates lady that you know, it was time to research now because I never want to have that happen again. And sure enough, she rehabbed my back that I never had another issue. So this is like 15 years ago. My back is rock solid because I do the Pilates. And I just recently met Kathy because she's new to the group. I went to her studio. It's absolutely lovely, gorgeous. I've been through, obviously, a lot of Pilates instruction in my life and rehab in my life. So Kathy, I was very impressed with what she did with me. She knows exactly what she is doing.
Thank you.
And so as somebody who's been through 3 times a week for the last 15 years, I know for somebody that knows what they're doing and somebody that doesn't. So Kathy, take it away. I was completely impressed.
Thank you so much. So, is this you? You're sitting at your desk. You have perfect plum-like posture, full breath capacity, easy thoracic rotation. Hey, Bob. Hi, Paula. Cervical rotation. Did you get the check? Did you sign the check? Or is this you? You're staring at your screen. Your head is moving forward. Your shoulders are starting to move forward. My back really hurts. I don't think I can breathe. And I can't even tell if I got the check signed. Well, you're probably, no one in here is like this, okay? But I have seen people like that. But you might be a little like this. You might have a little bit of back pain. So anybody relate to that from sitting at your desk? Okay, so now we fix. So everybody stand up. So in the back of the head where the skull meets the spine, it's called the occipital ridge. I want you to place your hands in the back of the occipital ridge and your hand on your chin, okay? So for head placement, instead of just jamming your head back, there's a slight rotation. So if you're looking out on the horizon line, that's where your placement should be for the head and neck. Okay, oh, you're under arrest. Everybody do this. I didn't do it, no! So I want you to pull your hands back as far as you can, and you might feel a stretch in the head minor. Now I want you to pull your hands and your elbows down. You feel your upper back turning on? Feel that? Okay. Arms to your sides. Pretend your hands are, your shoulder blades are in soapy water. So lift them up and glide them down. Down and wide. It's not what your mom told you. Shoulders together. That just ruins your posture. Sorry. Shoulders down and wide. Okay, let's move on to the pelvis. So, you're in a big punch bowl. Or it could be a liquid of your choice. You're not going to spill it forward, you're not going to spill it back, you're not going to spill it side to side, and that's what we call neutral pelvis. You're going to place your hands on your belly button, and then about an inch further down, you're either going to laugh or cough. Ha ha ha! Laugh or cough. Do you feel that? That's called your transverse abdominis. So you have rectus, internal and external obliques, and rectus abdominis. And that's what we're really trying to get to in Pilates. So, chin slightly tucked in, eyes on the horizon line, shoulder blades down and wide. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to pull your abs up and in, transverse, feeling that neutral pelvis. Hey, the check was signed. Yay! Sit down. Nobody laughed. Isn't that funny? Come on. So, I talk about the client experience. So everybody comes in and I do a consultation and we talk about what's going on with their body. They could have back pain, they could just want to get in shape. Everybody's different. So after that, I do a posture analysis, and you'll pass around the posture analysis. That's the first few pages, yeah. And you'll notice that's not my optimum posture. I'm doing forward head intentionally. And you'll notice that if you have a forward head, exponentially it gets heavier. So if you're like 30 degrees, it's around 40 pounds you're carrying around. If it's here, it can be 65 pounds. I met a gentleman, he had such bad kyphosis, that's what that posture is called. I only saw him once, and he was like down like this. And I got him up like an inch, and he was like, I feel so much better. Wow. So it can get really bad, and how can it not get bad? Because we're looking at our phone. Yeah. We're looking at our screen. The teenagers are coming down the pike. We've got some trouble there for them. We got to fix it. And you can't just will yourself to have better posture. I will have better posture today. Yes, I will. It doesn't happen that way. You have to strengthen and stretch the muscles that need to be strengthened and stretched. I also do a gait analysis to see if people have pronation or supination. Gives me a lot of information with the gait analysis. I also use this. It's called the goniometer, got a funny name. It's actually a physical therapy tool. And it's like a protractor for angles of your joints. So I measure hamstrings, you can pass that around. And, everything, shoulder mobility, all that stuff. I give homework. My homework is everything.
Which one?
I guess it's already passed around.
This one?
No, that's my posture analysis.
The back one?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's in the back of that.
There you go. That's okay.
Oh,
My
yeah.
hands shake a little bit, so I didn't want to. So everybody must do their homework 5 to 10 minutes a day. If you want to get better, if you're going to come in for an hour a week, it's not going to work. So it's not that much. They can check online that they did it, and I see their notes. I give special notes on all the homework. Everybody's homework is different. It really makes a difference if people do that, especially if they're motivated by back pain. So that apparatus, let's see this apparatus, and that's this.
Here, we can start.
Yeah, sorry.
This one, yeah.
So it's all from Balanced Body. I have the best of the best. Hey, why not? So if you go into a studio and they talk about their equipment, they're not a reputable studio. It's the apparatus, we call it in the business. And I just got the best because it's my own studio, and I just, I love the apparatus so much that I needed to get the best. I have something called the Core line, which is fairly new to the Pilates world, excuse me. In Pilates, we're usually either prone or supine, but this is upright, so we actually can stand up. I was trained by a physical therapist, a gait specialist in San Francisco, and the owner, or the, the inventor, sorry. He is from Israel, and I was trained by him. I'm certified and very proud of being certified by him. Speaking of certifications, it takes about 2 years to become a Pilates instructor, just on the basic apparatus. I can certify, I have that qualification. Some of my certifications are I can work with people with pre- and postnatal, Parkinson's, scoliosis, lordosis, kyphosis. And my new one I'm doing this summer is with a PT from the Australian Ballet. I'm really excited about that one. Yay! I have her books. I love her work. And it's a 5-week course. And I don't have to go to Australia. But maybe sometime I will. The Pilates technique is different than like mindless exercise. When you're watching TV and you're doing something, it's very focused. The mind moves the body, and it's written on the wall, metaphorically. And so we'll do maybe 10 of one exercise and really refine it and feel it. I talk about what the function is, why you want to do it the best you can. And it's not about doing it the best you can in the studio, but when you're walking down the street, it's like, oh man, my posture feels better. Oh, my glutes are stronger. I feel more flexible. So it's really empowering when you do Pilates. I have a dance background. How many people have not heard of Martha Graham? Okay, so there you go. You guys probably have. She died a long time ago. On the second page, it shows how she won the Nobel Peace Prize. Very famous dance company I was with years and years ago, like 40. I'm staring down the barrel of 70 right now, so it was a long time ago. But anyway, so I have that dance background. And years ago, I had a performance. I had stopped dancing. I was choreographing. And I was doing a show off-Broadway, like so off-Broadway, it was like New Jersey off-Broadway. So it went well, and the next day, my leg started swelling. I'm like, wow, what's going on with my leg? Maybe I did something. My husband was out of town, so I called a friend to take me to a doctor, and he said, I think you have gout. I'm like, what's that? Okay, I have gout. I went home. I went into full toxic shock. Ended up being in the hospital for 5 weeks. I had something called necrotizing fasciitis. Uh-oh, sorry. That's okay.
Turn that off.
So I basically had to learn how to walk again. I was in a wheelchair for about 3 months. My whole leg is a big scar. If you have a summer party, maybe I'll show you the scar. So anyway, so I rehabbed with Pilates. So I saw it from that end.
So what caused that? What caused it?
It's a form of strep, and when I was rehearsing, I was tired, and I knew something was wrong with me, because I usually, when I was in rehearsal, I was really happy, and I was a modern dancer, so rolling around on the floor, something subcutaneous got under my skin, and that blew it up. It's called the flesh-eating disease sometimes. I know. So I almost died from that. They told my husband they're going to take my leg if it would save my life. But anyway, so I saw it from the rehab. So I've done Pilates from a very high level, which is elite athlete, to a very low level, which is rehab, and everywhere in between. So thank you so much. That's my story. Any questions?
Do you do individual?
Oh, yes. Sorry, yeah, I do only private sessions,
Okay.
so it's highly individualized. Yeah. So I'm in the Hopkins School of Dance. We have 16,000 square feet. I have 300.
And where is your studio?
It's in Thomson, all the way Blue Ravine and Folsom Avenue, right across from Harley Davidson.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know. Yeah.
So what I think I'm going to do this summer, just for fun, a YouTube thing, I'm going to teach I'm going to go outside and do a Harley Davidson. They have back problems, right? They sit like this all the time. They have weak glutes and back problems. I think I'm going to do a workshop for them this summer.
That'd be
I
awesome.
have a question.
Yes.
So besides, core building, strength building, I have a friend that just started Pilates, and her not even very long. Maybe she's done it for 2 months. She's dropped so much weight.
I don't claim that, and I don't like it when people say that because I don't believe it, and I only say things I believe. So I've seen people work really hard at Pilates, and it's diet. It's diet.
So the Pilates,
It tones your muscles,
Right,
it
right.
gives you better posture,
Right.
more
makes you look
flexibility.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a gymnast or a dancer. They have alternate flexibility and strength. So there's only 3 levels of Pilates. So that level, you have a lot of flexibility and strength. The exercises get very, very intense and advanced. But then I do, I teach my 80-year-old, we do functional movement. I learned a lot from my chiropractor. Oh, I didn't talk about my studios. So, sorry. Do I have time?
What about,
I want to talk about my studios.
is there a fixed cost, or they
Oh,
vary?
yes, it's $80 a session if you buy 10. For adults, $60 a session. For students, if they buy 10. And actually, that's very reasonable. I know it sounds expensive, but I give a lot. I give homework, I give a lot of feedback. I'm a hands-on teacher. They charge $150 for privates at lifetime. They don't put it on their website, but I call them, and that's what they charge there. So I charge $120 in the Bay Area. But let me tell you about my studios. So my first one was in Palo Alto, And I was in the basement by the pool, so it's like a science experiment down there. They bought me one piece of equipment, and I built it up. I was the founder. I didn't own it, I was an employee, but I built it up off-site twice to 5 of each apparatus, 5 reformers, 5 chairs. It's still there. It's a very popular studio. It's called Reach Pilates. My second one, my chiropractor said, do you want to start a practice with me? And I'm like, well, maybe. She had 1,000 square feet. I had a little chunk, but I got to be an LLC. About 5 years into it, I took over the whole building. She got the building next door. The referrals were great because they would come in for back pain, and then I would give them functional exercises to back it up. So that was a good one. This one moved up here about 2 years ago, and I found the dance studio. And because I have a dance background, it's fun for me to work with the ballet dancers. So, yeah, so that's all my time.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.